Hey guys, Gene here from the BSP Wrestling Show, here to bring you guys my WWE Smackdown Live review for April 18th, 2017. Before I get started with the review, just want to let you guys know that I have a Patreon page if you guys would like to support me in a different way, help for the betterment of this channel. Link will be in the description down below. It's patreon.com/BSP show. Anything helps, even if it's just a $1 donation. It goes a long way in helping this channel get a whole lot better, helping me get new equipment so I can bring you guys better videos. So thank you for that. And we got a pretty alright episode of Smackdown Live. Let's get into it. I'll talk about how I felt about it at the end. So Smackdown Live kicked off with Charlotte Flair. She's furious at Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon because she hasn't got her chance at the Women's Championship yet. And, you know, even though she's only been on SmackDown for 1 week, she's still upset that she hasn't got her shot yet. So instead of them coming out, she gets Naomi. But Naomi says she doesn't know where she thinks she is, but this is SmackDown Live. There aren't any kings or queens, but we do have champions, and Charlotte's looking at one. She's been watching her for a very long time, so she knows what Charlotte wants, but she's ashamed that she's out here begging for it. Naomi said she'll give her what she wants because she ain't never been scared. So what we're going to do right here and right now. And then she goes right at Charlotte and just starts kicking her ass, and she just throws her out the ring and prevents her from getting back in the ring. The referee was trying to stop it. Charlotte was pushing the ref out the way. She's like, no, let me get at her. Then we get Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon came out to stop the brawl, at least for a little bit. He says we will see them fight, but he also tells Charlotte she has to earn her opportunity on SmackDown Live. Even though her resume and pedigree is great, she will still have to earn a shot at the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. But if she beats Naomi tonight, she'll be the #1 contender for Naomi's title, and if she wins, that match will happen next week. So after Shane walks away, they get back into the ring and continue to fight. Charlotte throws Naomi out the ring and picks up the women's title and holds it up. Naomi gets right back in, throws Charlotte out the ring and holds up her title one more time, and then Charlotte just walked away. This was a great way to kick off SmackDown Live. It was different. They started off with the women's division, so it was a pretty cool way to start it off. Now in the back, Natalya is upset because Shane gave Charlotte a #1 contender's opportunity. She said she's the only one that deserves a championship match, and Charlotte just didn't have to do anything but go out there and complain. Shane was like, well, you got one at WrestleMania, but you didn't take advantage of it. Natalya was like, that's not an opportunity. If that's what you consider an opportunity, then you're crazy. Shane was like, well, if you just wanted a match, all you had to do was ask. And then Carmella and James Ellsworth come in, and Carmella was like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually agree with Natty for once. Charlotte doesn't deserve to just walk in here and get an opportunity. And then, you know, they went on this whole tirade about how she should get one instead of Natalya and Charlotte. Then Tamina comes in, says the same thing. They all start arguing, and then Natalya's like, wait, this is all Charlotte's fault. I got a plan. Let's just go and talk about it and come up with a solution for all of this. So they all walk away. Shane's just so confused, like, what the hell is going on? I'm losing control of the show. And that was pretty much it for that. Then we get the 6-pack challenge, the first match. The 6-pack challenge to determine the #1 contender for the WWE Championship match. This was an interesting match, to say the least. It was pure chaos. Hard to keep up with. Bodies flying everywhere. We had Dolph Ziggler, Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, Jinder Mahal, Mojo, Rawley, and Sami Zayn. So many people took advantage in this match. It was just, like I said, so hard to keep up with. There were super kicks and lariats and tope suicidas. And man, I miss Mauro Ranallo. He would have been calling this match perfectly. Power bombs to the outside, dives, just everything you could imagine was in this match. Everyone had their chance to win the match as well. Everybody hitting their finishers and all this other stuff and trying to get the pinfalls, but kept getting broken up. So in the end, two guys grabbed Sami Zayn's legs. It turned out to be the Bollywood Boys as he went for a haluva kick on Jinder Mahal. And then as he turned around to get them off of him, he turned back around and Jinder Mahal hit his finisher, which is like a half Nelson suplex. And Jinder Mahal is the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. I'll talk about it in a second. Mahal says that he's booed because he's not American and his family's wealth and the fact that he speaks 2 different languages. They don't respect diversity, but they'll have to respect him as the next WWE champion. And that's when Bray Wyatt comes out to confront him. He says, I guess congratulations are in order. You won the jackpot, but your prize won't be the title. The only prize you'll get is an RKO from yours truly. But before I put these hands on you, I got to deal with Bray Wyatt. And he says he doesn't know what a House of Horrors match is, but if it's like the last house that Bray Wyatt had, he'll burn it down just the same. And then we get Bray pop up on the screen, which kind of surprised me considering he's on Raw, but they still have to build this match. He says he wants Orton to feel his pain and suffering, all the agony he had to endure, orchestrated by his hand. But none of these things will compare to the terror he endures inside the House of Horrors. He doesn't know what he's getting himself into. He'll walk in the Viper, but he'll never walk out. I've talked about this Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton thing on my Raw review last night. You guys should check that out. But I just think it's stupid with the whole superstar shakeup thing, because now they're struggling putting people on both shows and trying to build it, and this is going to main event the Raw exclusive pay-per-view with the SmackDown World Championship, which is why Brock nor Goldberg should have touched the Universal title to begin with, because the title will not be on Raw for a long time, and now they're trying to make up for it with a random superstar shakeup, and now they have to defend the SmackDown title as the main title on a Raw exclusive pay-per-view, which is just insane. But in terms of the Bray Wyatt and Jinder Mahal match, I'll give it a chance. I really am. I've never seen it happen, and up to this point, they haven't really built up Jinder Mahal to even be considered a mid-card champion, but it'll be different. He's used in a different light for once. I didn't even know what his finisher was going into this match. I don't expect him to beat Orton, of course, but he can definitely prove himself in there with someone as good as Orton. And this pretty much solidifies that Bray Wyatt's not winning the title either, because he's on Raw, and Jinder Mahal is the number 1 contender. He can't go to Raw to have a WWE Championship match, which is a SmackDown title, on Monday Night Raw. It wouldn't make sense. So we all know for sure now that Bray Wyatt will not win this match. But in terms of Jinder Mahal, he has pure heat. Literal heat. Like, the crowd booed the hell out of him. They were surprised he won, just like I was. I predicted like Luke Harper or Dolph Ziggler was going to win, but the crowd booed the hell out of him. And I think it's pretty cool. Maybe we're trying to build up another heel. Maybe he can, have a run at the mid-card championship or something. But if he's going after Orton, they're definitely going to have to build him up a whole lot better. He's going to have to win matches up until it's time for him to face Randy Orton. Because like I said, I don't think he's won a match since he's come back. So they're going to have to make him look really, really good and make him, prepared to face Randy Orton's. What is he, a 13-time world champion? You can't just throw him in there with that without building him up some. So we'll see what they do. I'm going to give it a chance because it is SmackDown. If it was Raw, I probably would have crapped on it, to be honest. But I'm going to give it a chance. I'm actually going to give it a chance. After that, we get AJ Styles. Little backstage segment. He says it doesn't matter who he faces for the United States Championship. He has the home field advantage because SmackDown Live is the house that AJ Styles built. Corbin interrupts him and asks why AJ is being interviewed and why he doesn't have any questions. AJ said he beat him and Sami Zayn last week. Corbin said, you didn't get the pin on me, and I went to the ring like a man to talk to Kevin Owens, and you and Zayn got in my way. AJ was like, well, I can give you an encore if you want, and Corbin was like, alright, we'll see about that. So we have our main event set, AJ Styles versus Corbin. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Natalya, Carmella, and Tamina approach Charlotte as she's on her way to the ring to face Naomi. And, they're just like, we just want to welcome you to SmackDown Live and, just give you the proper welcome and all this other BS. It was straight sarcasm. As Charlotte walked past, Natalya bumped her. She bumped her shoulder or whatever. Something's going to happen. And we get Charlotte versus Naomi. If Charlotte wins this match, she becomes the number 1 contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship. The veteran Charlotte versus the very athletic Naomi. I immediately noticed how well they work together and the chemistry that they have, which made for a pretty good matchup. Charlotte controlled majority of the match. Naomi made her comeback. It seemed like she tried to do too much with her comeback. because when she went for the rear view after like 3 minutes into her comeback, Charlotte adjusted on the fly, countered it, hit the natural selection, and picked up the win and upset the champion. And next week she gets her chance at the title. So throughout the match we had, Natalya and Carmella and Tamina. They were all just watching the match, keeping a very close eye on it. So when Charlotte was walking backstage, she saw them while they were still standing near the monitor. She walked past them and gave them that wink that she does on her entrance and walked away. I think they're going to kick her ass. It's confusing. Even though this rivalry intrigues me with her and Naomi, that's fine. But I don't know if Charlotte is a heel or a face, because the way they're making it come across on TV, she's like a baby face trying to overcome a ton of heels who are mad at her because she got an opportunity at the title. Kind of confusing. Why are a bunch of heels mad at the other heel? I don't understand. They should be mad that Naomi's champion and not that Charlotte is getting an opportunity. I don't know. It kind of doesn't make any sense to me. We'll see where that goes, but I feel like they're probably going to wind up interfering next week in their title match. And I fully expect Naomi to keep that title, at least for a little bit. Next, we get another confusing match. The Shining Stars and American Alpha. Match didn't go long, and the Shining Stars actually caught American Alpha slipping with the referee distracted, and I think Primo kicked, I think it was Jason Jordan, kicked him in the head, and Epico rolled him up, and they picked up the victory to shock the former tag team champions. Also, they did look a little bit more aggressive in this match, considering they've just been jobbers up to this point. They looked way more aggressive, and they're not referring to them exactly as the Shining Stars. Their entrance music seems a tad bit tweaked a little bit, and they're referring to them as Primo and Epico Cologne. They're referring to them as the Colognes and not as the Shining Stars. Their gear said the Shining Stars, but it was confusing because they didn't call them the Shining Stars. They announced them as Primo and Epico, so that's kind of weird. Maybe they're trying to get rid of the Shining Star gimmick, which didn't go anywhere to begin with, but they're just going to be Primo and Epico again, which is what they should have been, but I don't know. A lot of people were upset that they won this match too. I'm like, yeah, it's probably bad for American Alpha. They've been on kind of a losing streak, but now they have something to overcome because they're building up a new heel tag team. And SmackDown Live's tag team division has been lacking, so they're trying to make more tag teams feel important. So I appreciate the effort. We'll see what they can do, and maybe they give American Alpha something to overcome. Because up to this point, the only thing they've ever had to try to overcome was the Usos, and they lost that battle. But the crowd doesn't really give them no reaction, so you try to build up some sympathy for the face tag team, and maybe they have something they need to overcome. They got to dig down deep, reevaluate themselves, reinvent themselves, and get back to that championship ways that they were at before. They beat Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton for the title, so they have a lot of work to do to get back to that same level that they were at before. So they're just knocked down at this point, but they'll be able to get back up. Ty Dillinger, they showed a little vignette for him about why the fans love him so much. Just showed a bunch of people chanting 10. That was cool. They also did a Shinsuke vignette. They're trying to, introduce him to the crowd a lot more, show him, what he's done in NXT and why he's such a dangerous man. He still hasn't had a match yet, but I think they're saving it for probably Backlash. Backlash is when he'll probably have his first match as a member of SmackDown Live, so they're just holding out on that. I don't even know who he's going to face yet. Kevin Owens squashed a jobber, and he went to commentary for the main event, which was Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles. Man, SmackDown kind of flew by, to be honest. We're at the main event already. A lot didn't really happen, but it seemed like it's over kind of fast. But nonetheless, we got a good match between Baron Corbin and AJ Styles. Corbin continuing his dominance against the face that runs the place. But I swear, man, this guy Corbin is a star in the making. And he's perfect for SmackDown Live. I'm so glad they left him over there. He's developing into a star right in front of our eyes. He's had plenty of chances to prove it in the main event, and he's doing just that. He dominated AJ for pretty much majority of the match. AJ still brought a good fight. Good back and forth a little bit during the match. But, he was impressive as usual. And AJ did a good job of selling for Corbin, really telling the story of how dominant Corbin is. So that they meshed well together in that aspect. At the end, they fought to the outside of the ring. AJ went for a powerbomb on Baron Corbin, but Baron Corbin flipped him over and reversed it right into Kevin Owens, who was sitting on the commentary desk. We kind of saw that spot coming. But after that, AJ hopped on the apron and ran and hit a phenomenal forearm onto Baron Corbin, who flew over the barricade, and AJ got back into the ring and won the match via countout because the ref was at like 7 after he hit the phenomenal forearm. Corbin was unable to break the 10 count, the Ty Dillinger count, and AJ Styles wins the match via countout. I think that's cool. It gives AJ Styles a win against somebody like Baron Corbin, which gives him a ton of momentum, you know, when he does face Kevin Owens for the title. But at the same time, even though Corbin lost this match, he didn't get pinned. He didn't get pinned in the triple threat match last week either. So even though he is losing, he's not getting pinned. So it protects him. That's cool. I like what they're doing with him. Now I'm going to need him to get some wins for sure. He definitely needs some wins. But he's not getting pinned at the same time, so he's not, you know, it's not like he's getting buried or anything. He's in the main event scene. He's probably going to go after the mid-card title, probably after AJ wins the title or something. I could see him taking the title off of AJ, to be honest. When AJ's ready to go for Orton, I can see that happening for sure. So we'll see. Hopefully they continue to build Corbin, because like I said, he looks like a star. This guy is freaking incredible. I see a lot of stock in him. And they trust him a lot with people like AJ Styles and, you know, Sami Zayn and stuff. They're putting him in these high quality, high profile matches. So I see a ton of potential in him. I hope they keep it going, and I hope they don't ruin the guy. But that's it for SmackDown. SmackDown, it's surprising, but SmackDown was actually not better than Raw this week. I might have to give Raw the edge. Raw had a lot more better moments than SmackDown this week. SmackDown was a normal SmackDown. It wasn't terrible, but it just wasn't, you know, over the top good like it normally has been. So I'm gonna give Raw the edge, surprisingly. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. I want to know if you guys thought Raw was better. What was your favorite moment from SmackDown tonight? Do you guys think they're making a mistake with Corbin by having him lose so much, or do you think they're just protecting him by not having him get pinned? Do you think they're doing the right thing with him? We'll see. We'll see if the Bollywood boys continue to be by Jinder Mahal's side. It sure seems to be that way. Let me know about Jinder too. How do you guys feel about Hardbody Mahal being the #1 contender for the WWE Championship? It's kind of strange when you think about it, but we'll see how they build it up. But it's kind of strange. Slap a like on the video, definitely. It helps out the channel. Subscribe if you guys are new. If you guys would like to donate to my Patreon, it'll be in the description. So go ahead and check that out if you guys would like to donate. If not, it's perfectly fine. You don't need to donate. I'm still going to do the same things that I always do. It's just if you guys would like to. That's perfectly up to you. But thank you guys anyway for any type of support. You know, even just tweeting at me, commenting on my videos. Everything is perfectly fine with the way you guys are doing it. It's just if you guys want to donate, you can. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll probably do a podcast episode this week. It's been a while since I've done one. So I think I'll put out a podcast episode. Go over some of the highlights, including what happened on Raw yesterday. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later on this week. Peace.